Well, thousands of Israeli people have protested over the weekend against the nation's new hard-right government and proposed new plans for its judiciary system. The suggested reforms would give the Israeli parliament the ability to overturn Supreme Court decisions, giving politicians control over judicial selection, many fearing their new changes will threaten their democracy.
In Tel Aviv's Habima Square, a left-wing battle cry for democracy. Israel will not be a dictatorship, they chant. As more than 80,000 braved pouring rain to send a message to Benjamin Netanyahu's newly formed right-wing government and its proposed reforms to Israel's judicial system. Reforms that would give the Israeli parliament the ability to overturn Supreme Court decisions and give politicians control over judicial selection, the most drastic changes to Israel's legal system since the country's founding.
The government and Benjamin Netanyahu tries to change the system in such a way that there will be no control of the government decisions, which is a loss of democracy.
Now, the protesters here telling me that they see these changes as threatening their way of life, threatening the rule of law, threatening minorities, and they also see these proposed changes as a way for Benjamin Netanyahu to ultimately get out of his ongoing corruption trial.
Our equality and our democracy are in a really situation that it can be no democracy anymore, and that's why I'm afraid.
But Netanyahu denies the judicial reforms are for his benefit and says these are long-needed changes, the will of the people who voted for his right-wing government in the November elections, and that the parliament will hear all positions before implementing changes.
We are not weakening the judicial system. We are strengthening all our systems, democracy and the rule of law, that are all dependent on the correct balance between the three institutions.
But the president of the Israeli Supreme Court attacked the proposed reforms in an unusually fiery speech.
Unfortunately, as the presented program comes into being, Israel's 75th year will be remembered as the year the democratic identity of this country was fatally harmed.
Opponents of these changes say that without a majority in parliament and without a written constitution, their best way of fighting back is a constant drumbeat of public outcry that they hope will stop what they see as ruin, not reform.